old man checking in, or I guess middle-aged man, right? I shared that. The AT called me middle-aged. I thought about beating the shit out of him, but he is also the throws coach, and he's a very good thrower. Don't fight people who throw things. Bad idea. That's like trying to fight a wrestler. Don't do that. Don't do that. That's a mistake. I'm clearly joking with you guys. I would not attack the AT for calling me middle-aged. But I guess it does make me old, and I am old. So here's the deal, folks. These days on social media, if I posted something like, I like to eat steak, someone would immediately chime in and be like, citation needed. Where's your citation? Huh? What? I just said I like to eat steak. Citation needed. That's not science-based. The fitness industry is weird. And so when I say things to people like, I like to foam roll. I do, because it makes me feel better. Like when I foam roll my calves, they feel better. They feel good. If I notice that my glute is kind of tight after doing something like, deadlifts or cleans, I'll go ahead and sit down on the foam roller and I'll roll my glute for, 10, 15 minutes because it feels better. And people will be like, citation needed. And I'm like, there is no citation. They're like, oh, you don't have a study? Where's your study? I'm like, the study is me. I just said that when I do this, I feel better. That's not science-based. Okay. Right. Do I need a study? Do I need a citation to tell someone that when I do X, I feel? Because I'm talking about myself. I didn't make a claim like foam rolling changes the quality of your tissues. No, I said that whenever my leg hurts, I'll go ahead and foam roll it for a little bit and it feels better. So here's the deal, and this is what's really important. Here we go. If I mention something like, hey, I like to use a foam roll whenever my low back fires up. I'll just foam roll my glutes and my hamstrings, and my low back feels better as soon as I do that. People will be like, citation needed. But if another guy out there says, I squat 750 in my garage and I run a 4-minute mile, you guys just automatically believe it. Like, you're not like, citation needed. Where's your source? You just believe it. You're like, yeah, he does squat 750. There's a video of him doing it in his garage. And it's like, but then when you look him up, he's only squatted 550 in a meet in reps. So I don't think he squatted 750 raw. And there's no record of him ever running a marathon or a triathlon or anything like that. And well, no one over 200 pounds has ever run a 4-minute mile. Ever. So you are bigger, faster, and stronger than Brian Clay, Ashton Eaton, Kevin Meyer. Hell, you're bigger, faster, and stronger than Rich Froning or Matt Fraser. You're bigger, faster, and stronger than fucking James Harrison. But not one person goes, citation or source needed. Some guy can post a video of himself doing behind-the-neck presses with 365 pounds. But then he goes to a meet and he can't bench press 365 pounds. And you guys believe it. You look at his video of him pressing 365 and you're like, that's so fucking inspiring. That's amazing. Why don't you mention to him, hey, citation needed, source needed? Why do you believe that? Why do you believe these things? The thing I realized the other day, I was on social media, I'm scrolling through my news feed, and I started noticing all these amazing lifts. It's like every single person out there deadlifts 1,000 pounds and squats 1,000 pounds. I saw a video of some small guy. He was like 185, and he had like 700 some odd pounds on the bar and was doing reps, bench press. He was bench pressing over 700 pounds for reps. If you look these people up, you can go to Open Powerlifting and look up their numbers. There's like a huge discrepancy. Now, I don't want to pretend like there isn't a discrepancy, okay? My best snatch in training, I snatched 110. My best snatch in competition was 108. oh, he must be lying about the 110. Well, you've seen the video of the 110. 108's pretty damn close. But if you post a video of yourself squatting 750 and then you only squat 550, I'm like, that's too big of a discrepancy. If you post a video of yourself deadlifting 1,000 and then you only pull 600 in a meet, that's too big of a discrepancy. I'm not saying that necessarily you won't hit your best lift in the gym. Unfortunately, sometimes we misplan things and we hit our best lift in the gym instead of on the platform. That happens. But it's usually not that significantly different. It's within 50 pounds. And I'm being generous. Most people are much closer than that. If you post a video of yourself doing behind the neck presses with 365, a 365 bench press should be easy for you. Why isn't it? Source needed. Citation needed. Well, if you guys need a citation every time someone mentions something like, hey, sometimes I like to wrap my knees because it makes me feel better. And you're like, source needed. What? I like to eat gummy bears while I work out. Source needed. I like to eat Mike and Ike during my rest sets. You know, like I do a set, I take a rest, I eat a couple Mike and Ike. Ooh, where's your citation? Source needed. What? So if someone shares something personal and says, this is what I like to do, you jump on them and need a source and a citation. But yet if someone claims something incredible, in fact, I'll go ahead and claim something right now. I squat 1,000 pounds for sets of 5. No one will jump in and be like, source needed, citation needed. If I even unracked 1,000 pounds, my spine would just collapse. I'd be fucking dead. You guys want to be watching this video. But the point being, like, if you guys all need sources and citations every time someone mentions something like, hey, I really like wearing Nikes because, like, they hurt my feet less than wearing Adidas. Or the reverse. I like wearing Adidas because they're more comfortable than Nikes. You're like, source needed, citation needed. But yet some guy claims that he squats 750 and runs a 4-minute mile, and you're just like, yes, I believe it. So, like, I don't understand why people are so skeptical on one thing and then just blindly accept something else, especially when it's obviously bullshit. And that's the takeaway here. I guess I just have a question. You know, this is not really much of a rant. This is really more of a question. Why do people need a citation if I mention that, hey, you know, I like to squat in my Attastars because the heel is lower than the Antas. So I find it really comfortable for me to clean in Antas, front squats in Antas, but I back squat in the Adidas because the heel is slightly lower. So I find that it's just more comfortable for me. And people are like, source needed. Where's your source? I just said for me. Where's your source? But yet someone posts, you know, oh, I can run a 4-minute mile. And like no one asks for proof. That's a weird thing, man.